What's going on, YouTube? So I just wanted to do an update video on my tool bag and what I carry every day, and the bag and how I have it set up, tips and tricks that might help you out. So let's just dive into it. Here we go. Alright, so here we have my Klein tool bag. It's a 15-inch. I don't know the exact name. It's the one that has this light. This bag's not perfect, but this is the best bag I could find for basically what I like for daily, day-to-day service, install, as far as what I need and what I don't need. Because the problem is, if you go with a big bag, it'll get way overloaded, bunch of stuff you don't need. This is everything I need, and then I'll work out of the van for the rest of the stuff. I have a secondary toolbox that I can, you know, throw stuff in a bucket, bring it in the job. But this is what I have now. I've had this bag for maybe 2 or 3 years. I don't even think that long. Maybe. It's not perfect. I know a lot of the plumbers, they like the Vito bags. I don't really like the Vito bags in a sense of the price point. They're big money at some of these places, and then they're overbuilt. They're overbuilt in different ways that it's just, they're too heavy duty for things you don't need. And then, you know, even the used market, a lot of people get rid of them. So in my opinion, there's not a specific plumber's bag in the Vito lineup that's going to do what I want it to do. And this one's kind of on the money. There's things I don't like about it, which I'll go over it, but so far it's been good. That's why I figured I'd make a video basically explaining everything and how I have it set up. Okay, here we are. I have my pliers, corner pocket, staggered in a way where I can always get to them, and I know where they are. This, at some point, I am going to shave this down so I can, it almost fits the Teflon tape. It does, but it cracks the case. So at some point I'm going to shave this down, and then I'm going to put my Teflons on that also. But 2 sets of pliers always, grease, plumber's grease, heat-proof grease, always need some of that. Heavy duty scissors. I keep the linesman's in here. I don't necessarily need to carry the lineman's pliers with me, so I could drop this if I wanted to, but right now it's there, and I've kept it. I've got some bits in this pocket. I've got a bunch of random, you know, I like the sleeves. These Makitas, these are good for the magnets. The small DeWalt cases come in clutch. I like that. I keep 3 sizes just in case for these. Should be another one around here. Did too much. But yeah, just random bits. Yep, 1, 2, 3, there they are. I keep the bits in this pocket. It's been working out. I don't really even need to zip them close. See, look at that. It's a mess. But I don't even need to close that up, really. I'm not throwing this bag around. This was basically miscellaneous stuff, which I need to go back to that. I don't even know why that's in there. But zip ties. I had a few, yeah, a couple batteries. There's a couple bits in there. Yeah, this is kind of like a miscellaneous, just throw it in pocket and then grab it later. Right here I've got 1 key. See, this is one thing that's not perfect on this bag, is these outside end pockets are kind of wacky. Mirror, very important. I got the mini. Got one coin vent. I should have, yeah, there they are. I've got 1, 2. Okay, 2 coin vent keys. For that, you always need 2. This was an old school key. I had a nice key. I don't know where it went. But those have been getting the job done. And then this pocket's kind of subject to change. It's not really how I want it set up at the moment, but it just works for now, because these other outside pockets don't hold them really good. And I just have pens, pencils. I do keep this. This can kind of bounce. This bounces around from my soldering kit to this magnet ready to go. So sometimes there's some tools that bounce in and out. I've got nothing in here. I do occasionally keep snips. Snips is important for this pocket. And the way I kind of have this set up is to kind of hit the ground running all around. Yeah, so how I have this bag set up is basically it's an all-around starting bag where I have all the tools I need to just get the job started and obviously finished, you know. As far as it's not like designed for just one thing, like installs or service or soldering. You know, this is going to be everything I need all around to get me rolling. But the snips can go in here. I keep a small crowbar. This one's been awesome. I used to keep a cat's claw. I switched it up to this, and I kind of like that better. If I need the cat's claw, I'll go grab it. This has been awesome. Master Mechanic. This is my thermostats, controls, all that small hardware. This has got a bunch of stuff in the cap, different stuff. That one's been real good. Electrical strippers, keep those rolling. Got the Allen keys, good old Craftsman. I'm gonna jinx myself now, but I do have just a regular size has been fine. I haven't needed to upgrade to longer Allen keys, which now that I just said that, it's gonna come. So the time will be near. This pocket, so these, I keep these 3 sizes, which gets me by for thermocouples, and I need one more size, but I usually use the adjustables, thermocouples and gas valves and pilot tubes. These, so I got, yeah, this should be a 9. No, this is an 11, excuse me. So 10, 3/8, 10, and 11. And that gets me rolling with thermocouples, pilot tubes, and then certain parts on gas valves. Got this meter. I have another meter. I've got a new one that's a lot better. So this pocket is subject to change soon. Backup pencil. So yeah, this pocket's subject to change real soon because I have a better one. This one's kind of on the fritz. And yeah, but sometimes I just keep that there just to have it. But that one's been acting up, so I don't think I'm gonna put the new one here. My other set of pliers, and it has this spot for the tape. I used it in the beginning but stopped because it kept getting bumped off, and that was kind of frustrating, so I stopped doing that. And then I've got nothing in this pocket at the moment and nothing in that. Yep, the magnet. So I need to get a new magnet. I've got one here. All right, so I've got this magnet here then, and a backup magnet. All right, so So this is subject to change, because this, I don't have this, you know, nothing here is really set in stone, except for maybe some of the stuff that I'm really used to, and some of it's subject to change. All right, moving in. So the main thing I don't like about this tool bag is that it doesn't stay open. It closes. It always closes. So at some point I am going to put something to keep it open, to hold it open, and you know, kind of go from there. Now what I usually do is I'll just take this and go like that. So yeah, all right, we'll work it left to right, I guess. So this is my M12 Impact. I don't know, I think this is the third gen. I will say with this, you gotta at least roll with a 2. I want to upgrade this. I want to upgrade this to the best battery without having that, you know, the different bottom. So the same as this, but whatever the amp hours are, I want to upgrade. But that sits perfectly in this pocket, and I mean, that's been awesome. Just have the Impact basically right here, ready to go. Bang, ready to go. It's been awesome. Keep these bad boys. These are good to have when you need them. Impact in random things, driving it home if you have to, Tapcon, stuff like that, randomly. I thought I was going to use it a lot more than I do, but this is clutch when you have it. Big time clutch. Razor knife, old school Stanley traditional. You saw me put this is my, I've had this one for years. I think I've had this for maybe 8 years already at this point. This is my favorite level. Some people don't like, oh, the magnet's not strong enough and this and that. I don't know. I've really liked this one. That Milwaukee. I've had these for years. My PEX cutters, I've sharpened these several times. They're due for a sharpening soon. They're not too bad, but a little due. And I can't tell you how long. I mean, this is going on maybe 14 years, 15 years. I've had these cutters. Look, what's the serial number? Serial number 100, maybe. If they're labeled like that. Unless that's the part number they come with, but yeah, I don't know. Comment below. But I've had these for a long time. Just basic, super basic. The thing is I upgrade my tools when they break. If they don't break, you know, they go forever. So needle nose pockets. So I keep standard this Cobalt set, which has been awesome. It was like a budget, you know, Cobalt kit, but I ended up liking every tool out of that pack. I don't even know if they sell that anymore, but I don't know what it is. I've liked every tool out of that pack. Then I keep the mini curved. I'll do it now. So the bottom's not, I wouldn't say the bottom's perfect, you know, hammer, east wing. And then I got the curved, just goes, I just keep it in there now. You know, maybe at some point some things will move around a little bit and then this will go in a pocket. You know, I just don't want it too cluttered, you know, just for the fact that how it, you know, compresses. So putting these bad boys back, that'll go there. That'll go there. Just keep coming around. Basic chisel, you know, scraper, grill, Every plumber needs a scraper in their bag. So this is you know, everything. Mostly wax rings. It would be the reason a plumber would have it. Another Sharpie. Here we go. Let's get organized here, right? So that's that for now. Moving down, Torx. So you don't really need these a lot. They're starting to become more popular now. But I got one kit that's the security, Torx security, with the impact, and then just one standard handle. So when you need these, you need them. There's no way around it. And then one punch, one nail punch. You should definitely have a nail punch in your tool bag. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. You're struggling here. Then Milwaukee, I don't know, this is like their 5th gen. I don't even think they're called 4-in-1s anymore. I think this is like the 12-in-1. I like the older one better. The older traditional style. I like that one better. But this one's alright. And I have it set up here. So this is going to be, this side's for zip screws and boiler jackets and all that, and I just keep it empty. It works out better that way, you know. All those controls, it's the perfect size, ready to go. And then I just keep this end like that, ready to go. So that's worked for me. That's been working for me for a while. I've been doing that on these screwdrivers for several years now. Then I keep just a basic Phillips, basic flathead. This Klein set's not that great. I've already broken a couple of these, so I wouldn't recommend buying them compared to like this, like the orange Craftsman set. These are like legendary. I mean, you can just beat on these and beat on these and beat on these. I've had this. This is old. This is real old. I can't tell. I probably maybe had this since 2008. You know, I've had these pliers. I've had these since 04. These are gonna get retired at some point, but they've been rolling. And then this is my beater pair. I've thought about switching, you know, trying other stuff, but I haven't. Like I said, you know, if it breaks, I will. If it doesn't, I kind of roll with it. And then here we are, 2 adjustables. The Craftsman Evolve set, which I actually liked. If you go larger on this set though, and you're really cranking down, they hurt your hand. But these were nice because it's a thin profile, so it can get into tight areas. That's why I've had this for a long time, this Craftsman Evolve set. Then standard Crescent, medium sized, you know, upgraded insulated grip, little upgrade. So that's basically that loadout. And then if I move this out of here, in the bottom, right now I have some extra sand cloth client gave me. That's gonna go on one of the shelves in the van. I've got a longer flathead, which I don't necessarily need, but sometimes it comes in handy. With the screwdrivers, if you're, you know, depending on the job, but sometimes you're working in one area and then you're working in another. So sometimes I'll have a Phillips and a flat at one spot, and then I could use this Phillips and another flathead on another spot. So that's why those are doubled up like that. Then I have here, I've got Teflon tape. Blue Monster has been good. Have no complaints about it. I have each size, the half and 3/4. I roll with one of each. And then Blue Monster pipe dope, which has been good stuff. So that's ready to go. 16. I like the 16s the best for plumbing. You usually don't need more than that if you're doing plumbing and heating. If you're doing carpentry, all right, 25, I get it. But this has been my favorite, and this one's lasted me for a while, knock on air, because wood burns. I hope it keeps rolling, because these ones are already hard to get, because people keep pulling moves and doing the return broken, return broken, return, you know, and then they're like, all right, well, it's junk, we're not going to carry it anymore. And now Home Depot doesn't carry these, so at least in my area. So when this does break, I'm gonna have to probably order it online. And I like this because this groove, and I like it because this clip is awesome, hands down the best. The model prior to this I liked better. The clip was a lot stronger. They weakened the clip a little bit because there was too many complaints. But this tape's been real good. Both, you know, two-sided. I've had this for a long time. If you take care of your stuff, it lasts. Definitely lasts if you take care of it. So all right, there's nothing in the base. Of course, the hammer. I've had this bad boy. I've had this hammer since 04. Since 04, still going, still rolling. So that's what I have for my tools in my tool bag. As a licensed journeyman plumber in Massachusetts, and been rolling with this for a little bit. If you are new to the trade and just starting out, and you are going to become an apprentice and not yet an apprentice, that's the starter kit right there. This is what you should have on your person as an apprentice starting out plumbing every day. And then it goes from there. Actually, excuse me, I am wrong. That's what you should have, bare minimum. And then it goes from there. So apprentice to what I have as a licensed journeyman. You know, I've been licensed over, I think it's over 10 years now. So, oh yeah, well, let's see. Last pocket, yep. So I've got some test leads. These are good for electronics, diagnosing. And then I got a heavy duty charger wire. And then I'll put the slips, receipts and stuff in here sometimes. And then if it's raining, I'll put stuff in here that I don't want to get wet if I'm going in and out. So, yep, this is the basics 101, tool bag 101, apprentice 101, getting started in the plumbing and heating industry. And then you go to this, and this is basically all I need to be carrying in and out. I don't need and I don't want any more than what I have. And this is subject to change as far as taking some stuff away and then adding a few odds and ends, and you know, maybe better, you know, you can argue better tools, all right, but this is basically it. And then if I need, me personally, if I need anything else, I'll go out and grab it. So I've got other things. I've got another box, and then I've got another bag that I work out of that I'll probably do an update depending on how this goes for you guys to check out. All right, so that's tool bag 101. I'm out.